Okay, so boom, getting moved into the death row unit. So as soon as I got to River Bend, they put me in a unit. It was only one cell left. They put me in there. After a day or so, they had to move somebody in there that was a maximum security inmate. I was on maximum security, but I was only there because I was there for safekeeping, which means didn't no jail want to hold me, so I was in prison before I was supposed to be in prison. So all of a sudden, dramatic effect me, please. I get a knock on the door. Baker, 414146. I jump straight up because I'm hoping it's my property. Because they done moved me from Charles Bad without my TV, my hygiene, my commissary, my shoes, no nothing. I'm thinking, whew, because this day or two been so stressful. I look out there, they got the handcuffs and shackles. It's 2-3 officers. I'm knowing what this means. It means they finna escort me somewhere else because they can't escort me solo. So I walk up to the door. Man, what's going on, police? We got to take you over to the death row unit. Who? I'm here on safekeeping. I'm the one that escaped out of the jail. Yeah, the one down there in Robinson County. I'm from Springfield. I'm the one that was on the news. I ain't even got sentenced yet. Yeah. We know all that, but we need this cell right here because we got a maximum security inmate that we need to put in there, and this is full over here. We need to make room for somebody who need to come in there. I said, well, who going to the death row though? You going to the death row? Go and get in position. He pop open the flap. I'm still sitting there like, bro, I'm not going over to no death row unit because in my head, I'm thinking these people over here on the death row unit is crazy. Because how did you get to death row, bro? Like, what crime do you commit for these people to say, you know what, we it's off with your head with you. We're going to do you like John the Baptist because John the Baptist was out there minding them folks' business, and they say, you know what, go and put him back there, we're going to behead him. You know what I'm saying? See, the death row unit is where, y'all know I got to give you the God. Death row unit is where you start to ask God, is he really who he say he is in a situation like this? Wait a minute. No. They said, man, go and cuff up, man. Go and cuff up. I ain't got no property here, so I ain't got to pack up. I ain't got nothing in here but a mat. Yeah, I don't know if you ever did time like that with penitentiary rules in effect. Have you ever been in the cell when ain't nothing but you, your mat, and then your bedroll? Man, that's hard time. Even when you look around and say, it's just empty in there. Commercial break me, please. If you ain't already got the book, go support the kid and go get the book. JTB3.org. I still got the sale going on right there. You can get the 2 books for $25. If you're looking for the audio version, it's $5. It's on my website as well. JTB3.org. If you want the ebook, you can get it instantly. Immediately. It goes straight to your email. You know what I'm saying? You hear that? JTB3.org. So I go ahead and cuff her right. They close the flap up. Put my legs on the bed. You know what I'm saying? We come out. They close the door. We get... The whole time, now my mind is racing. It's going everywhere. Because for some reason, I'm thinking we finna walk into this unit and it's gonna look completely different as well. I'm thinking, man, what do it look like over here? Like, what they over here talking about? Like, what it smell like? I'm thinking these folks is over here acting like animals. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm thinking they over here throwing feces. They throwing their tray. You got to be angry and mad if you on death row. Why would you live your last couple of days civilized? And you already in prison, and then you in a one-man cell. I'm thinking, man, these folks over here, boy, hey. So we get to the door, right? When we get to the door, I'm talking about my heart, do. And then they got me handcuffed and shackled. So the first thing I realized, okay, ain't nobody out in the unit. But then I look, I said, wait a minute. This folk got a ping pong table in here. Is that a pool table? I could tell somebody, what they doing back here on death row? Then I said, well, I guess they got to make them comfortable before they execute them. So they pop the door. They get on the radio, pop, we walk in the little middle part. All right, we come in. I'm walking slow as ever. Come on, right here. You going in this cell. And usually, if you ever been to the penitentiary, when you walk in a unit, if it's locked down, everybody ain't out in the park, the first thing all the inmates gonna do is run and come to the door to see who just walked in. So when I'm walking, I'm looking to see if these folks ain't even coming to the door to see who walking in here. These folks are a whole different level of probably depressed, sad. I don't know what they was. Minding their own business, don't care what's going on. I don't know. All I know is it was very strange and weird that I'm walking in the unit and ain't nobody got up to come and see nothing. I'm talking about didn't nobody come to the door. So we walking in the cell I'm going in. It was a guy, I don't know if he was pacing this floor. If you ever been to the penitentiary before, then you already know pacing the floor is a huge thing. Especially if you've been to maximum security or close security. You're going to walk in a little circle. I'm telling you, if it was grass in your cell, it'll look like you done created a trail in there. You done walked this so many times. Especially when you working out, you get up, walk to the door, walk to the back of the cell, walk to the door, walk to the back of the cell. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a little institutionalized. I realize sometimes when I get on my phone, I realize that I still do it. Commercial break me, please. I catch myself on my phone sometimes. I get up out the couch and I be walking back and forth and I be like, man, you know you doing what you used to do in the cell when you was in there nervous, looking out the window to see if the police was coming, and at the same time, watching the back window too. But I ain't checking the window and stuff, but I'm still doing the pattern that I used to do when I was on the phone all the time. So that we get to when we pass this one cell, I see a little light-skinned dude, little short, little light-skinned junk. You know what I'm saying? I see this. I said, man, okay. I said, okay, we got somebody alive in here. Somebody go commercial break me, please. Don't jump in my comment section, play on me, neither. You already look. So I get to the cell right there. This is getting real at this point. This is real. This is not a drill. They hit the door. I don't know if it was me or not, but the smell of a death row cell was different. I don't know if it was my mind playing tricks on me, but the smell of a death row cell just made me feel like this is it. I don't know what it was. So I walk in the cell. They close. They gotta take the shower. They open the ply flap. They close it. They walking out, right? And then everything just started moving in slow motion. I turned around to examine the whole cell. It looked just like a regular cell though. But for some reason, because of where I'm at, I'm looking like, who got me on death row? I'm looking out the window. And then there's another thing I noticed back here on death row. It's quiet as ever. You can hear a pin drop. I'm talking about ain't nobody doing no talking. Ain't nobody talking through the door. Cause when you locked up, when you locked down, you talking through the door like y'all trying to do time. Y'all is in a one-man cell back here, quiet as ever. And then as I'm walking around the cell, man, then I started hearing some music. I said, man, who was that right there? They got some. I look out the door. I'm like, man, who's somebody playing music? That ain't no regular radio right there. That's a boom box. So I'm thinking to myself, they got boom boxes back here. They got a ping pong table. They got a pool table back here. I'm like, this is very interesting back here. I don't know what's going on back here, man. So I lay on down a day or so. I lay down. About an hour or two go by. The eternal affairs come and get me out of the cell. They, Baker. You Baker? Come on, man. You know exactly who I am, man. You know what it says. I'll go on and get ready to cuff up. We can come in. We got to take you out here. We got to question you real quick. Question me about what? What are you talking about? We got to question you about some things that went on at Charles Bass. They come in, open the door, put the lamp. They take me back out here to this room, right? When they take me out here to this school, because I already know somebody going to play with me, I'm going to say it the exact same way, because I'm going to play the same reindeer and cocaine games y'all want to play. We walk past my neighbor again, little light-skinned junk, right? So we walk out of the unit. I see dude in the cell, but he in the cell is dark. He got the dim light on in the cell. So it looked like he's standing back. He watching me without coming to the window, the mirror, the window to let me know he watching me. He back in the cell. When I walk by, I see he. So, man, what kind of reindeer games I let y'all playing up in there? So they take me out here, and the first thing they said, you got anything you want to tell us about a staff member down at Charles Bass? I'm looking at him, he looking at me, we looking at each other. I said, what? A staff member? I said, you talking about Mac? No, you know we're not talking about Mac. We're talking about that woman. What woman? They talking about the counselor. And then the conversation she had, the last conversation she had with me started playing back in my head. I said, what about her? We just want to know, did you ever have sex with her? They come on with it. Dramatic effect me, please. I said, huh? Did I ever have sex with her? I said, what kind of deal we finna make? What, like, what's on the table? I'm not finna play with y'all now, whether we did it or not. Y'all got some kind of deal on the table that might help me in some type of form of fashion. I'm finna tell all kind of lies. I don't even know this lady. I don't know this woman. She came and helped me for a couple of months, flirted with me. I didn't even get to touch her butt. Let these folks tell me they finna offer me something other than a meal. Tell me y'all finna take me out of the Deathrow unit, put me somewhere where yeah. That's all. So I'm talking to, they say, well, if you did she ever bring you any cigarettes or anything? Food, candy? I said, well, what makes y'all think she was doing this stuff for me? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm good at trying to figure out what's going on at the same time. They said, well, she's no longer working at Charles Bass. She actually quit her job. But at this point, we're trying to make sure she's never able to work in another facility again, because if it started out as an investigation that she was fraternizing with an inmate down there. I started getting a little jealous. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, so I ain't the only one she's been doing this to. I said, what type of thing the girl was playing? They said, we found out that she might have been in a relationship with an inmate down there. I said, I said, interesting. I said, well, it wasn't me. We did notice that she started coming to see you once a week. Then it went to twice a week. It started off from being, 25 to 30 minutes. And then we noticed in the law books it went from 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and from 45 minutes to an hour. And the last 2 visits, she was there for an hour and a half. I said, oh, these people don't be playing up in here. And we just wanted to come and question you and see if you had anything that you want to let us know, anything that you want to tell us, because we have to look out for it. Then they try to start popping game on me like they got to look out for the inmate, like these people who coming in, like the women who coming in, dropping off big purr, and then they're and coming in here putting their mouth on pigs and stuff like we want them fired, like we want them gone. What makes you think I'm finna tell on a woman that might be coming in here and making somebody time easier, sir? And then if she bringing cigarettes in here and they selling cigarettes for commissary or smoking to calm their nerves, which I don't know nothing about that, what makes you think we're not doing that? The only people who doing that is finna do the inmates who penitentiary rules is in effect, who finna get moved to another facility and they don't want nobody to have that woman, so they just take her down. Oh yeah, she was doing this and she was doing that. Yeah, them the one. I'm not finna do that. And if you don't believe me, listen to me. The link is in the bio. When I got engaged to the little India jump, Mitten NPI cuddle. And for everybody who was asking, it means I love you. And then you respond with boba though. Means I love you too. And then you say inikita. That means love you more. But if you don't believe me, you know what I'm saying? When people say, man, he must have told on that police officer when he got shipped and this and that. All you gotta do is go get the book. When I was in the cell with my daddy, when them folk came in there and searched the cell and they shipped my daddy to another penitentiary and then took me down there and tried to question me, brought me some food in there, and then they ramshacked my cell while I was at work, and then I ended up getting caught with some weed in my pocket, and after I got caught with the weed in my pocket, them folks thought they were gonna give me a cell phone. They got finesse. I went down there and talked to the warden, popped my game on the warden. Next thing you know, I was on the bus headed to West High with my uncle, where I was in the prison with my uncle. Yeah, I was in you heard it right. If you ain't got the book, that's because you don't know, because you ain't went and supported the kid and get the book. You got $25. You ain't got 25. Listen, wait a minute. Go get the book. You can get both books 2 for 25. So after we get through doing, I don't got no information. We're not doing no kind of even exchange at this point. Y'all can call me what you want. Call me in the comment section. Listen to me. And when you desperate, facing a life sentence, don't never say that you won't do something, because you don't know what you will do until you in a predicament. It's a lot of people who will think they want John Wick somebody. But let somebody do something to your children, next thing you know, you squeezing on that hammer. It's a lot of people who say, I'll never steal nothing. You'll never know. Something might happen tomorrow here in the world. A pandemic might hit. You might be broke as ever, stomach touching your back, and then the next thing you know, you'll go out here and steal a pack of meat. Yeah. You'll go out here and steal some candy if you're hungry. It's in the word too. It's don't judge a man who will put something in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? If he hungry, don't never say he won't. Then I'm gonna talk to you gangsters. I'm gonna talk to you hard guys who in the street. Don't never fix your mouth and say you won't tell. Because you don't know what you gonna do when them folks offer you a life sentence. See, commercial break me, please. That's why I wasn't mad at my homeboy. I wasn't even mad initially. When I found out what happened, you know why? Because when I first found out, my first response is, this is chess. This is chess, this ain't checkers, this is war. Which is why I said they parents can't be mad when I found a way to get them knocked off. This is an even swap, no swindle when you in the street. Oh, they did what? That was up. Hey, look, check this out. Yeah. You know he been talking to old Gail. I know he really liked Gail. You know what I'm saying? Gail liked me though. I used to drop that pig up in her chest. I'm finna get her to go get a hotel room. They gonna go to the park. While they at the park, man, you gonna be out there like you a jogging, like you a regular civilian. And when you jog by, you up there hit him, and you just keep on jogging. You just keep on jogging. Don't even look back to see it. She gonna call the police and it's over with. See, that's how I was looking at it. I'm not. You know, yeah, it broke my heart a little bit to be my guy. I hate to have to do this to you. Like, what? But that's a part of the game. Don't never say, listen to me. Do you know how many, I'm still on commercial break. Do you know how many real street solid dudes in the penitentiary said that they would never do certain things? They get to the penitentiary, they do them all. You know how many dudes is in the penitentiary on paperwork? Let me tell y'all something else about these people who own paperwork, right? The game is so smoke and mirrors and a mirage. These people will act like, oh no, if you on paperwork, if you done told it this and that don't stop them folks from hanging with you. They don't stop them folks from kicking it with you, showing love to you, embracing you. All that stuff is a lie. And see, that's one of the things that broke my heart about the streets, because I gave my life to the streets. I was sold out to the street codes, and then I realized there's only one rule in the game. And that number one rule is, there are no rules at all. And if you abide by any of the rules, listen, you getting tricked out of your spot, for sure. So after all of this stuff happened, my homeboy and them, they were still out here. They at the dice game, they serving folk, they still got plugged. I'm calling home, I'm discombobulated. I can't even comprehend this. I don't even understand. Like, I call her, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing, just picked up such and such. He on the front page, family, saying that he an informant. He ain't tell on me, bro. No disrespect. He ain't tell on me. You know, that's between y'all. Then he told on you. Yeah, y'all got pulled over in that car. Just in case you watching, y'all got pulled over, had a strap in the car. And then they got out, they put both of y'all in handcuffs. 10, 15 minutes rolled by, some other cars rolled up, they unhandcuffed him. He walked out. You went to jail. Listen to me. Don't never say what you won't do. That's all I'm trying to say. So look, they end up escorting me back to the cell. When they escort me back to the cell, because I know y'all gonna play reindeer games, the cocaine games, you know what I'm saying? Because the word that I use, so I'm gonna use it again. So I walk back in, you know what I'm saying? I see the little junk. He in the back of the cell. I said, man, who is that in there watching me like that? What's going on with you? They throw me in there like an animal. Here, dramatic effect me, please. Dude, they walk on off. So I get on the vent. Hey, home. Man, I don't want to talk to you, man. That ain't what he said. He really got disrespectful. Man, don't get off the vent, man. I don't even want to talk to you, man. I don't even know who you is. I don't know what you got going on, man. Don't holler at me on the vent. I'm thinking to myself, ain't nobody trying to jump on your execution case, family. You back here on death row. You ain't got long anyway. You might want to talk to whoever you can talk to. Why is you back here? Listen, family. I'm probably the only person that talk to you in so long. I ain't know, because y'all is back here quiet anyway, talking about you don't want to talk. Bruh, you is on death row. You need to be trying to talk to whoever you can, family. You is back here, you is in the middle of your cell, hiding almost in the dark, trying to watch me, family. Like, you would have lost your mind over there. So I lay on down. I ain't even tripping. About 2 days go by. Folks still ain't brought me my stuff. I done been out to the wreck yard. Listen to me. When they took me out the wreck, I ain't even gonna lie, I'm thinking to myself, I don't even want to go out here with nobody here on death row. My first experience, when the first person I talked to in prison told me to tell, told me his mama, his daddy, all his people passed away. Then this man told me he slept with men. The other guy that I talked to, come to find out, he was on a cold case murder, was supposed to took something from this and then took her out of here. Come to find out, He was a blind, he was a blonde, blue-eyed bandit. Like, he was out here just taking them out. Like, the people that I done met in prison at this point that had conversations with, encounters with, they folk been out of their mind. It was another dude named Green. I wish I had his first name so y'all could look him up. His case was crazy too. He off this mama. Yeah, I don't want to keep talking to y'all, but these are the people who want to talk to me all the time. It's another brother named Slim McKinley. He was probably only the realest one who didn't do what they said he done. He out right now. You can look him up. Robert McKinley. I think he in Nashville, Tennessee. I can't remember where he's from, but it was a rape case. Come to find out later on down the line, he ain't had nothing to do with it after he done 30-something years. You know what I'm saying? But all of these people, I don't listen. I ain't talked to nobody had no sense yet. So 2-3 days go by, right? He get on the vid. Hey, homie. He a little aggressive. It's the tone for me, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm back here. This is a whole nother level. It felt like it's maximum security, but for some reason they call it Deathrow and mess with your mental. And how they got Deathrow set up, they got it kind of controlled, like in levels. Like they got certain colors. I can't remember the colors, but if you got this color, you can do these things and this thing. You got this color, you could do a few things up under them. And then if you got this color, you at the bottom, you really can't do nothing but go to wreck. And if you do something, if you at the top color and you do something, they knock you down to the bottom color and you got to start all over. It'll take you 2-3 months to work your way back up to the highest color where you can do all these other things. These folks is controlled back here. It's already depressing and sad back here. I'm sitting back here studying and watching all of this stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? The streets done really deceived me and lied to me. Because these people are some of what the streets would call real. I'm talking about solid. These folks back here being controlled and ran. Point blank, period. Locked down in the cell. The out of sight, out of mind is over with. So this dude talked to me. I'm excited. I'm gonna play because I know y'all. So I get up and see what the little jump want. So I get up. I said, man, what's up? He said, hey man, where you come from, homie? He on the vent, so he can't see my. So I came to Charles Bass when the flood hit down there. Yeah, I seen that on the news. He said, but where you come from, homie? My mama's womb? Like, what you want me to say, man? I can't, I was down in special needs taking medication, trying to play crazy on my case. They moved me to Charles Bass, the flood hit, then they had to move me down here. I said, I'm down here on safekeeping. I ain't even, he said, oh yeah. He said, something ain't right. He said, man, cause hey, homie, he said, I ain't had nobody on the left or right of me for almost 3 years. He said, you know who I am? I know who you is. So at this point, I go on and get up on the toilet, right? Because I get up on the toilet and stand up on the sink so I can get to the vent. I said, man, I don't know who you is, homie. I said, you know who I am? Because I got a pending case, too. Don't be acting like because y'all back here on Deathrow, y'all think they sending people back here to try to jump on y'all case. I said, I don't know you. He said, oh, yeah. He said, man, what's your name, homie? I said, Joe. Wait a minute. What's your last name, homie? I said, Baker. Joe Baker. Joe Baker. Joe Baker? I said, yeah. I'm thinking maybe he knew about the escape charge. Commercial break me, please. I got to hit you again. If you ain't want to got the book, go get the book. You can get both of them on sale. 2 for $25. JTB3.org. Got the audio version and the ebook as well. So look, check this out. So when I say my name, he said from Morgan County? I said, nah, I ain't even got my time. I said, man, you probably talking about my daddy. He said, man, Joe Baker, your daddy, man, Joe T. He said, man, I used to be Joe T security, man, when he had the compound up there at Morgan, when he had the compound in Morgan County up there at Brush him out. He said, man, I wouldn't let nobody get to your daddy, man. He said, man, we used to be out there. It looked like he over in the cell, he reminiscing, he having a good old time now. You ain't had nobody on the left or the right of you for 3 years, and now you having a conversation, and I know somebody you know, and we listen, now you enjoy it. He said, man, I wouldn't let nobody walk up to your daddy, man. He said, somebody could come through walking out. He said, man, hold up, man. Yeah, hold on, man. You see Big Joe right here, man. Don't be walking through here, man. What's wrong with you, man? You got to ask for access to walk through here. I said, what kind of penitentiary days was them where you can't even walk by? I said, where they thought they was at on the street? I thought they was in the project somewhere. Man, wait a minute, you were stopping people from walking by? Man, you never know in the penitentiary, man, these dudes in here, they'll be acting like they cool the whole time. They done been sent out on a crash dummy mission. You know what I'm saying? They'll send somebody that they think laid back and cool, and before you know it, they walk by and you ain't thinking it's them. They gonna hit you up. I'm listening to these little stories through the fit, right? He said, man, no. He said, man, I know you don't know me now. He said, but man, my name George Hyatt. I think it's spelled Hyatts. Look him up. He said, man, I'm George Hyatt. He said, man, I'm the one that the nurse was going with down there at Morgan County. I had the pen and cases, and when we went to court, she upped the hammer in the courtroom and got the John Wick and them folks in there. He said, man, we turned around and she tell me, come on, man, come on. He said, we ran out. He said, when we was running out, one of the officers up, hit her. Boom, 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 hit her in the arm. He said, man, we just kept running. He said, I'm looking at her, she looking at me, we looking at each other. He said, by the time we get in the car, she pulled off and drive. She got one, she he said, I still got the handcuffs on. She dragged one arm, the other arm leaking. She still got the hammer in her pocket. I'm thinking to myself, that man been reading too many books over here. Like, how long he been on death row? This sounds like a good story, though. He said, when we get up the street, she pulled off. We get out of that car, set the car on fire. I think that's what he told me. He said that we jump in another car. I said, ooh, she had a whole plan. He said, I told her, baby, you gonna have to go to the hospital. She said to me, I'm not going in no hospital. I want some pig. She said, what, family? She just hit up the courtroom, ran out, got hit, jumped in the car, drove. You seen she was leaking, and the only thing she wanted to do was get stretched out, bro. I said, oh, yeah, she was a keeper. Commercial break me, please. Y'all don't believe me? Go look them 4Ks up. I think he took himself out maybe like about 2-3 years ago. George Hyatt. Just look up inmate, went to court in Tennessee, and girlfriend who worked in the prison, the nurse, got to hitting them folk up. Go look it up. So we get through having this little conversation. We kick it a little bit, right? And now he want to talk to me all the time. He get to sending me all kind of books. This man was one of the most manipulative inmates that they say in prison. This man used to get officer everywhere he go. This man got caught with over 15 to 20 cell phones at River Bend. He wasn't even supposed to be in the death row unit. They moved him over because officers wouldn't stop bringing him a phone. So he started sending me books over here, and all of these books had to do something with psychology, the mind, how to manipulate people, get over on people, take advantage of people, hit soft spots, hit all of this stuff. Commercial break me, please. What's up, baby? Now I'm making a video. What's up? Yeah, just send me a request. All right, look. That was my daughter. She had called twice. I didn't commercial break me, please. So look. They had moved this man in the death row unit because they wouldn't stop bringing this man cell phones. Now he's sending me all these. I don't want all these manipulative books, family. If it's not going to help me get out of court, or call somebody and figure out how to get them to recant their statement, I don't want to read all this. This man sending me a book every day. Then he getting on the video. You read it, what you think about it. He want me to give him reviews and stuff. I should have never even struck up a conversation with this man. So a couple of days done went by. You know what I'm saying? And every morning at the same time, I used to hear, who is that? I get up one morning to see her. He over here. Hey, man. Hey, bro. Look. Hey, man. Doing all that, man, in the morning. So I asked the police. I said, man, who is that over in that corner cell right there be getting up every morning boxing? Somehow he hanging this mat up here. I'm thinking he's some kind of boxer. He said, oh, that's Robert Carruthers. He said that like I'm supposed to know who it is. I said, who is that? He said, that's the guy from Memphis, Tennessee. Him and James Montgomery, they buried some people alive. I said, excuse me? I said, yeah, he punch that man all he want. I said, what you say he do? He said, yeah, they buried some people alive. He said, man, I'm bringing you a newspaper clip, man. You can check it out. I said, man, you for real? He said, yeah. He said, boy, hey, he probably got one of the craziest cases in here, man. I don't know what was going on, but they buried some. I said, yeah, let him keep on punching his back then. He cool. I said, oh yeah, that's all with. But the officer went next door. He finna let this guy out for wreck. He don't want to go on the yard. He finna have his wreck in the unit. He finna walk around in the unit. They got a line. You can't cross that line to talk to other inmates. You can't walk to their door. You have to stay behind the line and talk. They don't want you passing them. So when the guy come out, he asked the officer, because I guess they knew I hadn't got my property, my commissary or nothing. So the guy asked, he was like, man, hey, I know we don't supposed to pass nothing. He was like, man, I know the kid next door is what they calling me, the kid. The kid next door, he ain't got his property, this is that. He was like, you mind giving him these cookies? He was like, yeah. So the officer passed me the cookies. So then he leave, he walking out here, he on wreck, and the guy, he come by. I said, hey, because I'm trying to learn back. I said, hey man. I said, man, hey, I appreciate that. He said, yeah, man, no problem, man. He said, man, I know how hard it is, man. He said, I've been back here for 15 years. I said, what? I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, I've been in right there in that same cell right next door to you. He said, I've been right there for 15 years, man. And he said, it's been a long time, man. He said, I'm still fighting my case. And I can tell as I was talking to him, it was almost as if he didn't know how to hold a conversation. He was like, yeah, I've been there for 15 years, man. He was like, man, and he started, I don't know why people been locked up a long time. First, they lost people. First thing they get into is explaining how they lost their people, right? He's like, yeah, man, I don't know how much time you got or what you done or what's going on with your situation, man. I know you don't supposed to be back here. It's just because of the flood. He said, I heard you. He said, but man, if you ever get an opportunity to get out of prison, man, he said, and don't come back, man. He said, because, you lose people, you lose your friends, and then people that you think gonna have you back, they're not gonna have you back like you think. He's like, man, I don't know if your mom ever told you that people that you run with, your mom ever told you those people that you called your friends wasn't your friends? Yes, sir. Because at this point, I was fool. Yes, sir. He said, trust your mom. He said, they're not your friends, man. He said, man, like I said, man, I've been back here 15 years, man. Same cell, man. Just waiting to either hear back for the judge to overturn their decision to execute me or tell me they're gonna let me go out to the compound. You don't mind me asking, what's he do? I can't talk to you about that. I said, I ain't no informant or nothing. I was just interested in why you been back here in the same cell for 15 years. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what you got going on? Then it was another young dude. I can't remember this dude's name. This man was like 22. He was like the same age as me. Either he was a year older than me or a year younger than me. He had been back there for 3. This man was on death row. And then come to find out, these people on death, you think when people get the death penalty that they go back here and it happens quick. It's like dying twice. Them folks put you on death row, then let you sit and rot for 20, 25 years before they even send you to see the king. They just let you sit back there. So the whole time I'm sitting back there, I'm thinking to myself, I might need to start taking some of these people's advice. All this stuff that was going on in the streets, all the commercial, let me get into it real quick. All the way that I was living on the streets, if you ain't seen my interview with Jay Williams, y'all go check out Jay Williams' YouTube page, man. He dope. He a dope storyteller, man. He gonna keep it real, gonna keep it funky like a fart. And not only that, man, he a genuine down to earth guy. You know what I'm saying? I gotta salute my guy. But it's a part in the interview where I talked about how I got so upset and heartbroken when it came to the street because I dedicated my entire life to the streets. So when I come to find out that all of these rules and codes and guidelines that these people say they live behind the street, your homeboy say they ain't gonna sleep with your gal. Yeah, I got a story. You seen that where I almost hit my homeboy in the head with that hammer? Yeah, but it wasn't about the gal, but it was something that was going on. People say they ain't gonna, we solid ain't gonna, yeah, they told. People say they ain't gonna steal from you, they steal. People, man, listen to me. All these people that my mama told me that them ain't your homeboy. I had a homeboy tell me one time, man, you don't even need me messing with her, man. She out here. Soon as I quit messing with the girl, he started messing with her. So as I'm sitting in the cell, when you on the streets, you examine it different. You know what I'm saying? Because you still in the street. So you respond to it with another street response. But by the time I'm sitting in the cell and I realize The streets, all that stuff is smoke and mirrors. It's a lie. And then them folks ain't gonna send you a dime. They ain't gonna write you. They ain't gonna do nothing for your kids. They ain't gonna go check on your mama. Them folks ain't gonna do, listen, they not gonna do nothing. So by the time I'm sitting in the cell and I'm thinking, man, I dedicated my entire life to the streets. Ain't my homeboy, I got into it one time. It was a dude that shot at me. I didn't even know what was going on, right? I'm driving down the street, all of a sudden I hear doo, 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 doo. I got a Smith & Wesson 9 and a Glock 9 sitting in the passenger seat. One got an extended 21 round and a one in the head. I'm hearing doo, 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 doo. I'm in the Cutlass that I bought from Bumper J, blue with the 412s in the back. But I hear that doo, 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 doo. But I'm so used to it, I hit the right, look to the right, a guy running towards my car. Pow, pow, pow. I said to myself, I ain't tripping. But I get out, chase him down. I drive out here, where it spread fast. Me and my homeboy, the one that I just told about, we ain't seeing eye to eye at the time because of what went down. But he was messing with one of my cousins. But when I go out there, word done already spread. He coming out of the house with my cousin. We squashed the beef that quick because he said, you straight? I said, man, you already know what time it is. I'm finna go in here and get this llama. He said, man, I'm riding with you. We squashed the beef right there. But it's just like, man, listen. The streets ain't what they say it is, man. At the end of the day, the people who in the streets ain't who they say they are. The things that they say they won't do, I promise you they will do. You put them in the right situation. That bro code stuff in the streets, it ain't solid. And you wonder why it's so crazy in the streets. You know why? Because people get betrayed. Betrayed makes you angry. When you get betrayed, it makes you angry. And then you wonder why so many people got trust issues. And why would a person have trust issues in the streets if the streets is what they say they were? And say they are. Because if the streets is what they say they are, I have no reason to not trust you. Listen to the music that these dudes who come out of the street. Listen to the Meek Mills, the Yo Gottis, and all of these, or whoever you listen to, the boosters. Listen to the betrayal in their music, but they still promote the streets. It just don't make no sense at all. And you wonder why we don't trust each other. You wonder why we don't trust women, because all the music talk about how we can't trust women. And then if you in the streets, you done seen how women move. You done seen, she started messing with your homeboy, only took with it for him to have a little bankroll. Like, if you pay attention, you will see this stuff. And then so when I'm sitting back here in this Deathrow unit, I'm sitting back here, I just left Master, I just was at special needs, Master Security. Even though I smashed the office, I saw a lot of stuff. I go down here to Charles Bass, see the same type of stuff. I get to River Bend, Maximum Security, dude done busted one in my food. Then I get back here, get what? It's only been 2 years. This only been 2 years. I get back here on the Deathrow unit, the man next door to me tell me he been in the same cell for 15 years. Then on top of that, there's a man back here who been in here 3 years, ain't had a person on the left or the right of him. Just imagine what they feel like sitting in the cell for 3 years and basically you ain't got nobody to talk to. And then the person that try to holler at you, you think I'm the problem. Your mind is gone. And then get what? He done drove himself, look it up, George Hyatt, took himself out. Do you know how many people I done saw in prison come in, mind be intact, 5 or 6 years go by? It's over. It's over. And let me tell you something, I'm finna roll. Just because people get out of prison, it don't mean they survived prison. Because they do something to this right here. Torment is up here. On the surface, a person can make it look like something. It don't mean they survived it. Mentally, physically you did. You went in and you came out. But up here, you're a whole different person. Y'all know what it is. Y'all support the kid. Go get the book. JTB3.org. It's been a blessing.